Alright. Hello everyone. Internet Tomato here. This is probably going to be the finale. As long as the quest I'm about to do doesn't take too long. Just me and Arthur hanging out right before the end. I have made some changes. My character is a little bit too strong probably, but I want it to, man, he looks so, I hate this Revenant's Ribcage. Hate it. If it didn't give me plus 40% melee damage, I wouldn't wear it, obviously. But it's just too good to pass up. I thought that I would show you guys my outfit. Well, you know, my loadout before I go into the finale. Because, right, again, more than likely I will complete it today. So I have my Crow's Mask leveled it up a few times. Its base is plus 50% crit damage and plus 50% attack speed, but each time you level up, it increases it by 1%. Is 2 Eternal Guardian Seals, just giving me some max health. And then I have Revenant's Ribcage, giving me a ton of melee damage, a couple of Gem of Stamina, increases stamina regeneration significantly. Well, kind of. Well, that's the Gem of Stamina. That's it's doing work. By the way, look at all the armor I have. 16, 14. I could technically level this up even more if I wanted to. I mean, I have $340,000, but I'm not going to for now. Sir Lancelot's Greaves, giving me a ton of physical damage, increases max stamina by 125% when your health is below 20%. A fair bit of armor. I put a Gem of Stamina on there. Unyielding Sentinel, reducing stamina cost, which I do like. I have the Horned Warden's Boots, lots of armor, increases movement speed when your mana is below 33%. That doesn't matter as much as increasing critical damage by about 50. It has increases mana regeneration by 0.5, max stamina by 3, and then Gem of Stamina again. I only had so many of those. I did actually just get one in my bag, but yeah. Dual Night Gloves. 14 armor, critical hits restores 10 stamina, which is fantastic. Increases melee damage about 30. Dashes are faster, stamina generation. And then the Ashen Veil Cloak, plus 20% physical damage. Increases critical chance, but you'll see why that's pointless in a moment. And also increases attack speed by 20%. And then Amulet of Novice Ogre Hunter. So extra 33% damage when I'm at full health. That's the important thing. And then I have the Perfect Ring for a Warrior, extra physical damage, and then Arthur's Seal, extra max health and stamina. Then I have Galahad's Mace, plus 12. The 2 gems essentially give it plus 20% damage, so, right, it deals a ton of damage. Its ability is that each attack is a critical, so I deal guaranteed critical damage with it. And yeah, I think that's all. So, I don't know how much I deal with a critical when I do a heavy attack, but it's a ton. Also, look how quickly my stamina regenerates. It's like lightning fast. So let's go to the Frozen Realm. So the Oigherata something, they disappeared a long time ago. I've entered another realm to figure out what's going on here, apparently. Person here? Bowing down to somebody. They worshipped a goddess, Kaliak?
My bones hurt from the cold. Every breath feels like swallowing glass.
Yikes. Hi. I kind of do wish it would tell me how much damage it just dealt. That'd be pretty cool. Dude.
So cold. It's so cold. Oh, Veiled One, have mercy on us. I should not have doubted. I never should have doubted.
Alright, you mentioned the Veiled One. Who's that?
The Queen of Winter. The Veiled One. Kailach. She watched over us, blessed us with so many gifts. But we were unworthy. We betrayed her, and now we pay the price.
Who are you?
I was once Shauna, priestess of Kailach, keeper of the herd. But now I am no one. I don't deserve my name. I was faithless. I ruined us all.
How did you ruin everyone?
The days grew colder, the night darker. We once lived in abundance with creatures to hunt and wares to sell. Not even swine dared tread where we roamed. Shielded by Kylak's blessing, our goods were coveted all across the forlorn swords. But then the animals vanished, the wealth dried up, and my faith, it faltered. Now I see. I never should have doubted.
You're a keeper of the herd?
The sacred herd. The weird deers of the Veiled One. They were mine to watch over, mine to protect, but they belonged to the goddess. They were never mine to give. I saw their blood staining the snow and understood the meaning of sacrilege. The gold coins felt heavy in my pocket.
Ooh.
But my soul felt heavier still. The goddess sees all, even the broken.
Okay. Interesting. Let's confront Keliak. Oops. Accidentally jumped. Man, I really... Yeah. I mean, what's crazy is I just, like, gain a bunch of stamina per kill, and then also my stamina regenerates so fast. Quite nice. Hello, Keliak.
Who dares to stand before the Queen of Winter? Let me have a look at you. Your soul is strong. Nothing like those mewling weaklings who dared to call themselves my chosen. Have you come to bow before me?
I bow before no one.
Impudent! You reek of sun, warmth, and drying leaves. Of a world that knows no winter.
True.
Don't mistake me for your pathetic all-mother. I am no merciful goddess. I demand respect.
Come on, fight me. Well, you're not my goddess.
Ah, I see you were never taught manners. A pity. I would freeze the breath in your lungs so you'd never utter such an insult again. But I am going to need that breath to leave this place. I may not be your goddess, but your body will serve me well.
Fight me.
Whether
Come on.
you like it or not.
Do it, do it. Ah, yes. Oh no! What if she had something cool? Ah. Hit her too hard. What a shame. Oh well. Man, it's too strong, huh? She really did just fly backwards. She probably did have something cool on her. Well, I might actually look it up afterwards, then in post I might, like, show you what she had. If she had anything. That is. I should actually write that down, so I don't have a pen. Oh, I do. Right. Well, let's talk to Darvon. Luckily I have this fast travel point still. Alright. You'll never guess what just happened. And hopefully I get into the Stone Warden Vault. I doubt it'll give me anything useful at this point of the game. Because I'm, you know, a little too strong. I mean, it is pretty cool to one-shot everything. You know what I really want to fight is the Weird Stalker. I want to see how much damage I deal to the Weird Stalker in a hit. Because there's no way I kill him in one shot. Like, it's just impossible. Also, I do want to see if I can kill a bear in one hit. I'm curious, because usually they have a ton of health.
You've returned. What news do you bring of Oigherata?
So... You deceived me as a trap all along. I don't know. You were right, Keliak had them trapped and tried to escape by taking over my body.
What? The legend was true. Incredible. Please accept my apologies, my lord. I never intended to put you in danger.
I believe he's speaking to me. Allow me to
What?
respond. So, you tried to dispose of my friend here. Is this the famed honor of the Del Rita?
My lord, I would never wish harm upon you or your vessel. I only sought to be certain it was truly you before sharing our Brotherhood's most guarded secret. Believe me, my lord, you won't be disappointed. This could be the very weapon you need upon your return. The Stone Warden Brotherhood has always remained loyal to you, as sworn by Ephraim the First, who had the honor of knowing you.
Ephraim. I remember him well. A loyal warrior, a wise man. I'm glad he founded the Stone Warden Brotherhood. Then, Darvan, grant us knowledge of this secret.
Of course, my lord. You need only walk the Jarl's path. At its end, you'll find the chamber where we guard our greatest weapon.
Then lead on. Let us walk the path.
Yes, my king. I shall await you at the entrance. When you're ready, I'll open the way.
Well, that was interesting. He made an appearance at the Jarl's Path. Jarl. Okay, let's do this. Now, where is the Jarl's Path? All right, cool. So that means yeah, so I guess I'll fast travel to the beach, right? Nah. You know, Flip Flop told me that he's scared of heights, right? He doesn't like heights. I don't know if he said scared of, but so I will do less of the jumping all the way down, because I know some people it makes them feel queasy. Okay. I'm fine with heights. Also, I had mentioned it before, but I played The Long Dark, and wasn't it called The Long Dark? Yeah. And in that game, I'm actually uncertain if that's the name of it. I haven't played it in so long. But in The Long Dark, you are in a Canada, and you're supposed to survive. You know, it actually looks very similar to this. Well, kind of. You know, in terms of the mountains and the snow, whatever. But in order to traverse, you have to really go down lots of areas. Like, if you want to be efficient. So, I'm kind of used to having to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was here recently enough that I guess everything's dead. Yeah, actually, I was just thinking about it. Since I can one-shot a Krokma, I must be able to one-shot a bear, right? Got to. The only thing by the way, I'm out of is titanium. I did debate either going out and buying some, or like, you know, hacking away some in order to upgrade my mace again, but I think I'm strong enough. I think with every level up, I probably will deal about 10 more damage, though. So it's like, well, that is strong, right? I don't know. Maybe it's closer to 15. The heavy attack, I don't know.
You're here, my king. And you, friend of our Brotherhood. Beyond these doors lies what you've been searching for. I trust you'll
Money?
keep this secret to yourselves. Here, this is the song that'll grant you passage. I know the door will yield before you.
Alright, what should we expect inside?
A great power, thankfully tamed. A meeting with what made us who we are now.
Curious.
I can tell you no more. You must see it with your own eyes.
Nice. You're not coming?
I wouldn't dare. What waits within, I've already seen it long ago, and I know what it demands. But if a moment comes, one that calls for a choice, I trust you'll act in the spirit of the Stone Warden Brotherhood. No brother chooses alone.
It's gotta be a Four Dweller, right? It's my guess, is that a Four Dweller. Because in order to work with Weirdstone, you need to know the Four Dweller, like, singing, song, whatever. Like, it's kind of necessary. So, who taught him that? It would make sense that a Four Dweller taught them how to work with Weirdstone and do all this. That's my guess. This two people conjoined into one? What is that? What am I even looking at? They are Four Dwellers. I was right on that.
So, it is you. You finally come. Set us free. We only wanted to know you.
We cannot endure this any longer.
Grant us freedom. You are different from the others. We cannot endure this any longer.
Okay, so you're the secret behind the Stone Warden Brotherhood.
Yes, we were trying to communicate with you. Only the Dalrida answered our call. In return, we shared the secret of singing weird steel from stone with them. We were friends once.
How did they imprison you?
Ephraim, known as the First, bound us with words of power. He said, "We will protect you and your knowledge will be ours."
We thought that teaching you would grant us freedom. Freedom to return to our people.
But no. He bound us instead, calling it protection. And he demanded we repay the debt with our knowledge.
So you've been here since the beginning?
Almost. At first we settled nearby and built a workshop where we tried to communicate with you. We were binding your gods to grant us a voice, but we were interrupted and forced to flee to the mountains.
That's where we met Ephraim. The only one who didn't raise a fist against us. He wanted to speak with us.
Well, how do I know you won't attack if I release you?
We will make no more promises to humankind.
You will have to trust us, as we trusted you centuries ago.
That doesn't sound convincing given what happened to you guys. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of both from my perspective, but also I'm trying to play right as though I'm Alaric, what he would do in this situation. I mean, because it's like, obviously, Four Dwellers are sentient beings. I think that they have value. They are essentially, you know, they are predated humans or whatever. They're the form before becoming humanity. So, I mean, obviously this isn't right. Ugh. Do they need these guys to continue doing the stone shaping? You're in prison long enough, I'll free you. Stone Warden Wars. I'm not gonna kill him. I need some time to think.
There is nothing to think about. Set us free. Honor the oath Ephraim made.
Enough. Let the mortal decide freely.
Perhaps Darvon could share some knowledge, sure. Darvon, can you explain?
Well then, what do you make of it?
They're a danger and they should be dealt with. Blech.
I won't argue with you, but you should know My biggest concern is keeping their invaluable knowledge with us. Without it, the Stone Wardens would crumble. And with them, the art of stone singing. I don't need to tell you how important weird steel weaponry will be for the war that's coming.
Well, we're not. The war isn't happening anymore, so... Did you know that the Four Dwellers were in prison? Well, he already said yes. How did the Four Dwellers pass on their knowledge?
Through touch. Those who prove their worth to the Brotherhood are allowed into their chamber. There, they receive, well, you might call it a blessing. The knowledge transfers directly into the Brother's mind. Over time, they are granted the gift of slipping into the stone dream.
Another dream state, huh? Which is different than the stone sleep. Okay. Did you, unless it's connected, did you know that the Four Dwellers were imprisoned there? Of course he did.
Every brother of the Stone Wardens knows. But don't misunderstand. We've wanted to release those poor souls for years.
And just do it.
None of us, however, have mastered the weirdness well enough to break their chains. That's why I look to you, hoping you can right the wrongs left by our founder. I want their knowledge to stay with us, but for them to finally gain their freedom.
Four Dwellers are behind the stone dream.
Why does that surprise you? For us, it's the height of enlightenment. The body turns to stone, but the mind journeys beyond, to the heart
Strange.
of pure potency, to the very essence of the weirdness, where the fallen Four Dwellers reside. That is the ultimate dream of every Stone Warden.
Okay, I think it's time to return to our guests.
I trust that with the King's advice, you'll make the right choice. I'll be here, waiting for your decision.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna release him. Because especially since he said that everybody kind of doesn't like what's happening here, they just keep letting it go. I mean, I'd rather not kill him. What do you need?
We want to be free. Please, expand the space that confines us. Remove the chains that bind us. Only then can we leave this place.
If they attack
kept
me, I'll
your
just
word.
kill them, so...
So we shall keep ours.
Now I will fulfill my promise to you, sister. Go
Sister.
and warn our kin of what humans are capable of.
I
They're all
will
dead.
go. You may join me. This mortal has proven worthy.
I cannot. My soul is tainted with hatred. I cannot return to the source. May my blood and that of the mortal cleanse me of my anger. Then we shall meet again.
Until we meet again, my brother. Thank you, mortal.
It is true. You are the first mortal in ages to prove worthy of our knowledge. And yet I must kill you in battle or fall trying. Only through this can I purify my soul and return to my kin.
Does it die in battle? Poor guy. Oops. Missed you. Only got 30 experience for that? Okay. Well. Interesting. I mean, all the or most of the Four Dwellers are dead. There's like, I don't know what percent are even alive anymore. Like 1%? 0.1% from what existed in the Age of Legends. It's like minimal.
You're here. I heard there was a battle, but those liars must have sealed the entrance. Mater be my witness. I would have fought by your side.
I don't mind. One of them departed, and we safeguarded the source of knowledge.
Praise Mother, and to you, great King Arthur, and to you, his trusted confidant. Thanks to you, the Brotherhood endures, and the heavy burden of our founder's sin has been lifted. I'll notify the brothers to focus all our efforts on forging weapons. There's no rush, but we will put the knowledge to good use. Thank you for intervening, my lord. And to you, my friend. It is an honor to welcome you to the Stone Warden Brotherhood.
Woohoo.
From now on, my home is your home. Should you ever need anything, you'll find me at the Stone Warden's Hall.
Easy. Stone Warden. So what did I get? Okay, experience. Nice, nice, nice. No new recipe. I was kind of hoping something like that would have happened. What is this area anyway? Just like anyway, I mean, I guess I'll return to him before I go to the Charred Conclave, I suppose. Just to see if there's anything he's gonna give me, like a recipe. I kind of expected that since I dealt with them, I don't know. Would have been like, you know, dude, you're so cool. I'll teach you how to make something even more awesome. Okay. Yeah. I do wonder, whoever the final boss is, I do wonder if I can kill them, him, it in one hit or not. Again, I've been told that you can, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's like you only can in like a low level. Can I make it? Oof, did it. I need iron. Sorry for the coughing. Man. Oh, this is the Thude. My bad. I should have just done a fast travel point. But now I guess I'm close to it. I was thinking that this was Ulfur. But it is not Ulfur. Alright, so we'll return to him. We'll just say howdy do. And if he has nothing for me, I will fast travel to Connacht. We have like almost a whole hour left, so. Well, actually, I don't know how long it'll be, the finale. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of talking. Because they'll probably make some reveals. Hello, sir.
Well met, traveler.
Whoa.
Until
Nothing? Okay. At least I would have expected him to say brother or something. Because he's saying, oh yeah, you're a Stone Warden now. But then I go there, and he just says the same thing as always. Well met. No new, anything. Alright. Just, set this down. Fuel, fast travel. Connacht. Sure. Yeah, that's the Wicker Man, so that's a Charred Conclave right over there. You know, I haven't really checked out this area, the place with the Iron Gate. Nothing ever led me over here, but there are like Camelothian soldiers and stuff. Might take a quick peek. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was told that you actually get to choose at the end. Well, I was looking at the sky. You actually get to choose at the end of the mission whether you want to end of the the final confrontation or whatever, whether you want to end the game entirely or if you want to go back and finish stuff up. So due to that, that's why I'm going to be playing through. Yeah. Okay. It just ruins. Friend and counselor to King Arthur, Merlin's magic guided the conquest of Avalon and the taming of the weirdness. His wisdom became a cornerstone of Camelot's rise, and his merits are celebrated across the centuries. Good old Merlin. Okay, looks like it's nothing. I also talked to him. Nah, he doesn't even have a voice. Anyone else with the name? No? Okay. Alright. Well, maybe that's for DLC or something in the future, because it's like, what is this? Especially since he doesn't even have his audio at this point. They must have something planned. This is it. This is it. These guys gotta take just one shot, right? Yeah. I know there are others, but it doesn't really matter. Have to. Just I'm talking about not jumping down, but it looks like I have to. Get over here. Yeah. So many of these weird spots. You know, in the board game, the Charred Conclave, like, it's just a pain, like, to interact with, because you, like, just die a lot. Ooh, sword, shield, helmet, ground. Let's do it. This is it. Hello.
So, you finally made it. Took you long enough. I hope you're ready, because this is it. The beginning of the end.
Alright, what are you talking about? Ready for what?
Ready to finish your journey, of course. You've come far, but every path ends somewhere. Yours ends here, in the heart of it all.
You've been waiting for me?
Philosophically, not you specifically, but someone like you. Literally. Yes, I was getting quite bored with the wait.
What is this place? I mean, what did he think I meant philosophically? Okay, what is this place?
This is the Charred Conclave, a graveyard for druids, burned alive as scapegoats for the Red Death. It's a reminder of what happens when people fear what they don't understand.
But they were responsible. Alright, well, one was responsible. I'd like to know more? Oh, cool. Druids are scapegoats. What do they do?
They spoke out. They should have stayed silent, kept their herbs and potions, but they didn't. They believed their ancient knowledge, ugly and painful truths from times long past, could save Avalon from the plague. And maybe they were right. But people don't want the truth when it's covered in blood.
Ugly and painful truths? What do you mean?
Cruel rituals, sacrifices, hard choices in search of real results. They called it wisdom, knowledge gleaned from the weirdness itself. But to the people, it Everything they did was unnatural, costly, and frightening. The Druids believed their results would justify the costs. They thought Avalon would see them as saviors. But the people didn't understand, and fear turned to fire.
So the Druids are punished for trying to help?
Well, the Red Church and their politicians made sure of that. The Druids became a convenient enemy, a way to shift the blame and tighten their grip on power. It's always so simple, so banal, isn't it?
I saw the graveyard above. Where are we right now?
Well, death doesn't always mean an ending. It was a sacrifice so costly, so cruel, so pointless, that it tore a rift in the fabric of this world. An ultimate wound. And so you're the closest you'll ever come to seeing the true shape of this world.
Okay, why are you waiting for me?
To greet you. I was once where you are now.
What?
A knight with questions, searching for answers.
Okay, it's a little
That
different.
search led me to this place. And here I found my answers. Now it's your turn.
But the Charred Conclave didn't happen that long ago. What can I expect?
Well, first, you're going to meet my former employer. We don't see eye to eye anymore, but we both realize that our collaboration yields results, as shown by you being here. He'll try to sugarcoat the hard truths I've been telling you from the beginning, spin them differently. Never mind. Why waste time here talking about it when you're just a step from the end? It's best if you just go forth and see for yourself.
Alright, well, let's go.
Just remember, this is the point of no return.
No
Once you step
worries.
through, there's no going back. But if you've come this far, I suppose you already knew that. Go on. He's waiting for you.
Alright. This guy is very interesting.
At last we meet.
No, it's Orin.
I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truth buried in Avalon shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
Okay, well, who are you exactly?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
I thought that Emergen was, or Emergen, whatever his name is. I thought that Emergen was an arch. What is this place?
What lingers here? It's older than Avalon. Older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself. Its purest form. Raw potential. Unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it?
Okay. Well, so he has now officially confirmed, even though I thought this was true, that weirdness predates Avalon. But makes sense. What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants to kill him properly, and you want to resurrect him properly.
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
How?
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Why would they divide the king's soul?
They feared losing what Arthur represented more than losing Arthur himself. They thought the king's essence would endure if bound to his relics.
What was flawed about it?
You can't pick and choose with a soul, but that's exactly what Merlin did. He focused on 3 parts of Arthur: his strength, wisdom, and courage. He left out 2 pieces. One, tainted by the Four Dwellers' magic, was deemed too dangerous. The other was his humanity, the most fragile part. Merlin thought compassion and doubt were weaknesses, unfit for a king. Without them, Arthur became hollow. A king with power, but no heart. That way, Avalon's greatest failure was born.
Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers' aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the king's soul, bound it to yourself, and came back.
You're saying all that everything went through was all part of your plan?
You flatter me. No, I couldn't have predicted all of that. I merely nudged the Red Church in the right direction and asked Caradoc to assist where I couldn't. I can see you're still doubting me.
Well, what's your end game?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead again and safeguard Avalon's future.
What if this resurrection fails?
Won't. This time, Arthur will be whole. A king must be more than power. He must be human. That balance is what will save Avalon.
Why do you want this so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job.
Even if he's whole, what if the people won't follow him? What if you're wrong? What if unity isn't enough?
Then Avalon falls. And with it, everything we fought to protect. But I don't believe I'm wrong. Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
Okay. Well. Did I just not notice this thing? That is creepy. What is that thing? What in the world? Does that thing have a face? I think that's its head. What? Okay. And then I fall. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. We're fine. I'm just so flabbergasted. I didn't even notice that thing. What is that? Like a spider skeleton thingy. Disgusting. Let me out of here. I want to go through. What is that thing? Awakened Realms, explain.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom. And for a while, it was glorious. Every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
I don't know. He was, I mean, I defend Arthur a lot. He was in a really tough spot many times. And it is something where it's like, whenever I try to imagine, I mean, especially in the Age of Legends, right? Arthur is one of the main characters that's like part of the story. You know, you get to interact with him. There's like, Arthur made mistakes. Arthur did bad things. But it's something where it's like, looking at it, it is hard to judge what the right decision was. So it's like to look back and say, "Oh man, you should have valued loyalty more." It's like, well, you were on the brink of extinction. It's like he was desperate. So it's a little bit hard to be like, "How dare you?" when he had, you know, I don't know how many tens of thousands of lives that were, you know, under him. He's trying to keep safe. Anyway, you want to kill him once and for all. I've heard that before.
But do you understand why I want it so much?
Ooh, a lot of good questions, a lot of good answers. Personal vendetta, you feel betrayed because you hate what you've become, because they made you immortal. Because you hate what you've become. It's one of these two. Well, I don't think it's either of these, actually.
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past pettiness. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't.
Well,
he made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow, they waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free anyone. What comes after doesn't matter. Let it all burn, let it rot, let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
you don't sound like someone I want to join. Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him. You think the people can stand on their own against weirdness? He doesn't care. You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen? Yes. And what if your way leads directly to people's fall and demise? He doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of this. The Round Table could just crown someone new.
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't.
You think people can stand on their own? He doesn't care.
Let them stand, let them fall. It's not my concern. If the weirdness takes them, so be it. At least it won't be another king's failure. Another lie propping up a dying world. It'll just be what it is.
I don't know. I mean, he's so cynical. It's just like, well, I don't care if life just dies, whatever. Humanity can just cease to exist as long as his... I mean, it really is like his personal vendetta that he wants to see through. But anyway, what if your way leads directly to people's fall and demise? He doesn't care.
Then let it.
Yeah, exactly.
If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall.
You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos?
Call it chaos, call it freedom, I don't care. Let them rise, let them fall. Let them tear each other apart. I just want to watch it all come down. To see the last lie collapse under its own weight. What comes after? That's for the ones still standing to figure out. I've lived longer than any man should. Seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment, this chance, to end it all. To end him.
I don't like him. I don't like his point of view. I think he's an interesting character, of course. Orin made this case that people need Arthur, that they can't face weirdness alone. Orin believes this resurrection will be different. Well, he does.
Orin's a druid. That's what they do. They believe. They believe in myths, in symbols, and some of them believe in saving Avalon.
You don't believe that Avalon can be saved?
I don't believe it's my decision to make. Not Orin's, not Arthur's, not mine. I've watched this cycle turn too many times. I have no stake in what comes after, only in making sure this nightmare finally ends. We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws, we shattered them. Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due, sooner or later. Always. This cannot be allowed to continue. Listen, it's taken longer than I ever imagined, but now, here we are. You've done what no one else could, what even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together, almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, I can finally finish what I started centuries ago. So, thank you for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for you. Complete what you came here for. And then, we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. That's up to you. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next, I'll be ready. I hope you will be too.
So the last piece, so all that's left is his humanity, right? So maybe we're gonna meet him. Because right, we have the Four Dweller soul. It's within us. We got all those pieces. It's all done. So all that's left is his humanity. Wow. Oh man. So in the board game, he's called the Fisher King. Which, by the way, in traditional lore, the Fisher King isn't Arthur, but very peaceful. Wonder if this is supposed to be Old Camelot or Old Camland. Ah, a boat. How peaceful. This must... It's Hob. Is Hob Arthur? Can I fish with him? Yes, I have my priorities straight. What? Whoops. How do you do it again? I don't even remember how to oh, E. E. There we go. There must be an achievement, right, to fish with Hob. I haven't even fished in this game yet. Bro. Gotta wait. Oh, come. Okay, third time's a charm. I'll try it one more time. Huh, okay. Well, maybe it just doesn't work here.
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me. Please, don't come any closer. Don't force me to think about coming back again. Just let me finally die.
I didn't expect that. Why do you want to die?
Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together. Enough of being used, shaped, and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect suffer because of your choices? Or worse, in your name. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed. All because someone thought it would serve the greater good. And they called it loyalty. They called it justice. I've been dragged through every dream, every lie they've built around me. And I'm tired. Tired of the weight, of the expectations, of all of it. And most of all, I'm tired of failing.
What about Orn? He's trying to bring you back whole, and Karadaki wants to destroy you forever.
He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow.
I agree with
something
this.
to believe in. Take that away, and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it.
Right.
Or
but,
worse.
Yeah.
Build something even crueler.
Exactly. Exactly. Like Mordred, like he's in the north, Morgaine, or, you know, the people claiming to be Morgaine, or the children of Morrigan, they're just going to completely destroy Avalon. Especially if we destroy like the Round Table and the people who are actually trying to do the right thing. That just is, I don't know. It doesn't seem right to just be like, well, just let it get consumed by chaos. All right, what is it in death that you want?
I want release. I want to stop being a tool in their endless struggle. Kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. I don't care. Just don't let me come back again.
What about Orin? He's trying to bring you back whole.
Orin wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth. He sees a symbol, a weapon to wield against the weirdness. But symbols aren't people. They're empty. And the more they're used, the more they hollow out the one who carries them. That's all I've ever been to Orin and the Druids. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? To be forged, sharpened, and thrown at every problem? Let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king. Just as a simple, normal human being.
Well, without you, you can't be whole.
Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? You've already taken up the humanity I was meant to represent. Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore?
Don't you care what happens next with the kingdom?
I don't care. Do you know how freeing that is? To finally not care what happens next? Whether Orin gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To not feel the burden of all my failures? To not see my memory tarnished, my plans, goals, and ambitions dragged through the mud? To not see the suffering my name causes? No more deaths in my shadow. No more kingdoms built on my bones.
Been through a lot, but there has to be another way that doesn't involve your ultimate death.
Another way? There's always another way, isn't there? Another cycle, another resurrection, another lie to keep the world spinning. But please, not for me. Not anymore. I've had enough. I don't want another chance. I want this to be over. Do what you think is right. That's all I can tell you. Because whatever you decide, it will finally be your choice. Not mine. Not theirs. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who you side with. Orin, Caradoc, or no one at all. You have all of my soul. Use it. Take it for yourself. Give it to someone else. I don't even want to know. Do what you will with it. Just let me go. Let me finally rest. Let me die. Please.
Well, poor guy. I don't know, I don't like Arthur being like, I don't care anymore. I guess he has been the once and future king for almost 700 years now.
Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
It's gotta be a final confrontation for killing Caradoc. Because I'm not siding with Caradoc.
Go on. He's waiting for you.
Done this. Oh, it's the Tainted Grail.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world.
Oh my god.
Now you stand before what started it all. An idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
Oh my gosh. What if I choose Orin's path?
You will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
Caradocs?
You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
Can't. What if I take it for myself?
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
And what if I give the King's soul to someone else?
You will shape the world to become its witness.
Okay, so I'm not following Caradoc. I don't think I want it for myself. Doesn't seem right. I want to follow Orin. I want to give it to somebody else. I'm thinking about giving it to somebody else. What's this lead to?
Who do you have in mind?
Ooh, I have a lot of options here. So I can give it to Brandon. No way. Nyanti? No. She's the priestess in Quinacht. Earfear? No way. Maggot? That's insane. Insane. Yvain isn't the worst. You know, if I could give it to anyone, I'd give it to Feargas. Like, of all the characters, but he's not here. One Eye, Self. I mean, of all these options, Yvain would be my pick. But Arthur hates Yvain. I mean, because it sounds like whoever I pick would essentially take my place. I mean, Yvain and Arthur would constantly be fighting because Arthur hates him. And yeah, none of these are very good options. The next choice I'd make might be One Eye, but I don't like One Eye that much. And yeah, Feargas isn't an option. I would give it to him. Oh man. Yeah, Feargas isn't here. Well, if Feargas isn't there, it's either myself or following Orin. Man, this is a tough choice, isn't it? Because, well, so if I follow Orin's path, what happens? Because that would mean that Hob is going to be transformed into King Arthur. And Hob does not want it, and he even said he doesn't even care what happens to Avalon. So I can't follow Orin because Hob isn't going to be making the right choice. He doesn't care. I don't want to take it for myself, but it's either myself or one of these options. Your fear is so strange, and Mackett. I mean, Yvain isn't a bad choice. Alright, I'm taking it for myself. Ugh, I hate it. I don't want to. I wish Feargas was an option.
Then the idea shall be claimed, its shape worn, its burden made yours. But first, you have to bring silence to what refuses to be forgotten.
If this is what you want, then take it, my friend. But promise me you will learn from my mistakes.
Of course. Man, this is so crazy. And he wanted to die. He wouldn't have made a good king at this point, because all he wanted was just
No,
an end.
I won't let this happen. Not again.
Come on, Caradoc. You were... Okay. Will I kill him in one hit is the question. Miss. Okay. Big hit. Get closer. Ah! Didn't die in one hit. Shame. Alright. Superior bow. Nothing else on you? Okay. Ah, yes. The Grail. What a place. Crazy. The end of a pretty crazy story.
You think any other human could wield this power? I endured 600 years of pain, of suffering, of loneliness. I made the sacrifices, me!
What?
And now you think you can take it from me? The hubris.
This isn't Arthur at all.
I reject your claim.
Wait, do I have to kill him?
Forge Avalon. Perfect this time.
Do I have to kill him? Yes, I do. No way. He's just like me. Not really, but he is a summoner. Alright, Arthur. One more hit.
You took Arthur's power for yourself. Whatever drove you, need, ambition, or will alone, the strength of a king was now yours to command. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe nobody ever is. But you decided to try. It's a heavy thing, trying to do right where others have failed. Still, you stepped forward, carrying the soul and every choice that brought you here. You ruled not as Arthur reborn, but as yourself, flawed, resolute, untested. Avalon changed beneath your hand, and history will decide what that truly meant. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, the South found a peace it hadn't known in years. The roads stayed open, the fields were guarded, and the people finally felt safe. No longer bound to Camelot or the Knights of the Round Table, it became a land ruled by its own people on its own terms. Because of you, the men here remained and the Kuanacht endured, not just as a place, but as a legacy of quiet defiance and hope. Lord Yvain was remembered as a hero who gathered the wise and set out in search of the Grail, while Kuanacht stood as a peaceful haven amid the weirdness. You awakened the giants, only to command their end, leaving no power behind for either side to claim. Without their strength, the balance held, but the divide between Camelot and the Dal Rita remained, wide, bitter, and far from settled. Firgas was named the new Galahad the Loyal. With One Eye and Brandon unable to rally the Dal Rita of the Forlorn Swords, the South remained divided. Firgas prepared Camelot's forces to reclaim the region by strength, determined to restore unity through conquest if necessary.
What?
The captain led the South to independence, breaking all ties with Camelot. Under his rule, the Horns of the South flourished. Merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers returned to the roads, and prosperity once again reached the far corners of the land. One Eye ruled the South with the Horns of the South at his side. The Dal Rita, the Forlorn Swords, remained divided, leaving the South strong but isolated. Without wider unity, his rule endured for a time. The future beyond his leadership remained uncertain. Nianta left Kuanacht with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Magat left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, surprising many who had long considered him harmless and weak. His fate remained unknown, but in time, the people spoke proudly of the last druid, claiming him as one of their own. Urfra left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, despite concerns about his age. His fate remained unknown, but the people admired him for finding purpose at the end of his life, and spoke of him with lasting respect. Ailey turned to the merchants for support, and for a time the hospital prospered. But when they began charging patients for care, she walked away and opened her own small practice, refusing to serve profit over healing. With Helmi as the new matron, the Volca returned to their former glory with renewed ferocity, their berserkers filled with an aggression that stirred quiet fear among the other tribes. among the united tribes of the Daorita, the Volca were treated with equal parts awe and mistrust, seeming to teeter closer and closer to madness. Ingui turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Thoid among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Strona's leadership, the Ulfra found new strength. He rebuilt the tribe and reunited them with the rest of the Daorita, restoring their place among the tribes of the Forlorn Swords. Following Galerna's path, the Sven clung to the old ways, their faith sustained by the Stagfather's living presence within the unrealm of the hunt. They turned inward, shunning outsiders, and deepened their devotion to the blood-stained rites of their ancestors. You stood as her protector, and the Bee Queen believed you understood her purpose. But from the ruins of Brok Mala, her brood now spreads unchecked, and the South must bear the weight of your promise. You placed self at the head of the Children of Morrigan. Operating from the shadows, the Guild reshaped Avalon's politics through quiet influence and assassination, while the people lived unaware of the power that ruled them. You chose to dismantle the Children of Morrigan. There were no more crows to carry out her will, for now. Morrigan withdrew into silence, patient as ever, waiting for the day when new souls would rise to serve her again. You made a pact with the Four-Dwellers, freeing them only once they agreed to leave behind their knowledge. One was lost to madness, but another fulfilled the promise, placing a stone woven with the song at the feet of the Stone Wardens. Through it, the craft survived into a new age. After returning to Camelot, Killian lived quietly for a time. When he vanished, few asked questions. Unsettling rumors had always followed him, and most preferred not to remember. O Queen Cinnamon Sage never forgot the bond he shared with you. Proud of the path you chose, he built a small shop near your grave, and in quiet moments, still spoke to you as he once did. A friend loyal beyond the bounds of life.
My one friend. Wow. Look at that. Based on the lore of Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, the board game created by Krzysztof Iskorsky. Wow. It ended pretty crazy. The one thing that did shock me was Fergus being labeled the next Galahad. I gotta say, he didn't feel like a Galahad to me. I mean, I could imagine him being one of the other knights. The other thing that I did find really strange, and I don't know what's going on, was that the knights that had been resurrected, or like that you found in the tomb, like they were all like, oh yeah, we'll follow you, like Lancelot, like Gawain, whoever. But what did they do? Like, I don't quite understand that. It didn't seem like they did anything. I was kind of expecting there to be like a final quest at the end or something in terms of what they were doing, or if I don't know. It really didn't make too much sense to me. Also, a small part of me did wonder if there was gonna be some sort of a big battle at the finale, and then the knights that I saved would be by my side. I thought that would have been kind of cool. Wasn't sure if exactly that's what was gonna happen, but let's exit. Do you wish to return to the moment before your final journey? Yes, I do. Alright. So, looks like it worked out. I'm probably going to say a series of thank yous to all of you guys for watching. All of you guys who have stuck with me. I am going to do probably a couple more episodes to like finish things out. Huh. I wonder why I'm here. But yeah, I'm probably going to do, yeah, I'll probably do a couple more quests to finish things out. A small part of me is a little bit tempted to reach like level 100. That might be the maximum level. Oh, I'm at 75. My guy's pretty tough. Yeah, so I can, yeah, so it's over. Very cool. It is weird to me that Fergus became Galahad. Also, it's a shame I couldn't have picked Fergus, because he would have been my choice. Because I feel like he would have at least done his best, and then it wouldn't have had to have been me. But anyways, I do want to say thank you to everybody for watching. Everybody who stuck with me in this playthrough. Again, there will probably be a couple more episodes just to finish things out. Also, it appears that y'all want me to play... realize... Wait, what? That's the same name of the goddess in the Forlorn Swords. Kanish the Invincible, the slayer of the swamp weirdworm. May the All-Mother embrace him. Glory to his memory. There's 2 of them. But anyway, sorry guys. But yeah, so first of all, I do want to just say thank you to all of you who have, you know, stuck with me. I'm probably going to be playing Dragon Age Origins next. I don't know how many days from now. It'll probably be around the weekend. This coming weekend that I'll be playing it. When version 1.0 drops, because I'm assuming that's going to happen eventually, I'll either pause Dragon Age Origins and return to play it, but I'll probably do it a little bit of like a challenge run, or I will just finish Dragon Age Origins and then just play this once it's, you know, even if it's like, you know, 1.11 or something. But yeah. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. Thank you in particular to Flip Flop, as well as, well, Potato Holmes, Naomi. Both of you guys, I appreciate a ton. Flip Flop, you comment on all the videos. You're always there. You've always been supportive. Naomi, same thing. You've always been supportive, and I appreciate both of you guys a ton. Everybody else, there are tons of names to give, and it's just like I don't even know. I mean, you know, Masha, Pedro, you know, all of you guys, Mythicos now, who's on the Discord talking a fair bit, Raleigh, sorry, all of you guys are all awesome, and I appreciate all of you. And yeah, I hope to see most of you guys in the Dragon Age game. And yeah, I just want to say that I appreciate you guys. You guys are all the best. I love you all. And there will be a couple more episodes after this, but this is going to be essentially the finale. But yeah, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't liked the video, please like, please subscribe if you have yet to do so. If there was an issue with the video, please leave a comment as to how I can improve things in the future. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you guys later. So yeah, bye-bye.